Hello, I think it works. Yeah, haven't been streaming in a while. Uh, a lot of it is just I'm busy, but a lot of it is also like, well, I don't know what I want to do. I was like, yeah, I can do this or I can do that, but it's like nothing was really kind of like inspiring, if that makes sense. And what I do a lot on this channel is just like, well, I want to play with this thing, but I'm not sure if it I can kind of like make it work at work or anything like that. It's like, well, I can make a stream out of it. So uh, yeah, and that's I don't know, like stuff like Pico or I don't know what else kind of like I was doing, right? But a lot of this stuff that I'm doing on the stream is actually like, well, I will use it for work, but I don't know, like I'm not sure how yet, and that's kind of like, well, let me just play with like Astro here and there, and then I can use Astro. Let me play with like Solid here and there. Maybe I can use Solid. So this is kind of like one of those things. Is like uh, I want to play with React 19 so that I can maybe like migrate to it. So React 19 happened. Uh, Nothing was like too surprising because they were like kind of like keeping up with everything that's happening. There was like this one fun one, right? So I have this like strike framework, right? Um, and one of the things that I noticed there, so it's not in strike, it's strike gleam. One of the things that I noticed is it's like, well, actually, I don't have to hydrate the whole server. And the way that it looks right now is okay. I don't remember the file structure. I don't remember where's the like the yeah brief, right, like Erlang convention. Um, so well, maybe brief is a bad one, but I noticed that uh, it what it does is that you can send more stuff in like head and body before you do hydrate, and it's like it doesn't cause the hydration warnings. So I was like, oh, cool. Like I was using the like the not released but like experimental version of React, and like I just like noticed that it works there, and I haven't realized that it's like a uh, part of the actual uh, release, right? Um, where am I doing that? So that's bytes builder, blah blah blah. There's like kind of like framework stuff. Uh, Render this one. Yeah. Um, I have not the like the best file structure. Uh, but the way that I'm doing it is that there is like an application level JSX that you're sending, but then I will also like add some stuff to the head and body, and because of how like the current configuration works, it like works fine, and it's actually like a yeah, it's a really cool thing. When you're doing this like server only stuff, and it's like yeah, I don't want to hydrate that. It's just like yeah, just make sure that they have like this script that is like setting environment or something like that. It's like yeah, don't send that again like in loader, don't send that again, don't hydrate that, that's fine. So this was like a really cool this was like a really cool thing, and then now I know that it's a part of React 18 19 actions. Like the thing that I played with React before is async client async components, like but like client components, and I think they're like trying to kill that. So I don't know if that still works, but a lot of like just like async stuff is now in actions. I think it's a great idea for them to do that. It kind of like makes sense, and yeah, it's just like one more feature that that used to be kind of like a thing that like Ryan Florence came up with, and now it's built in React, right? Yeah, use transition again straight from Remix. Use optimistic is interesting. I don't remember how they do it in Remix, but I think there are like features like that there. Again, I kind of like feel like it makes sense. Yeah, use action state is like funny. I have this uh okay, I don't know I don't know how to find it now. uh yeah, I post too much, I won't probably be able to find it. I was saying something like promote. I see a lot of noise. Yeah. Okay. Well, their search is down, so um, I had this just for I had this just for oh, someone followed me, but I didn't hear the bling in the stream. Maybe I have that turned off. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm in my like wrong. Yes, this is my right. Okay. Yeah. I was in the wrong. Yeah. In the wrong scene. Okay. Well, it still doesn't bling. So okay. Well, I don't remember that how I set it up, but yeah. Thank you, Ash D and TV. Yeah, whatever that means. um. So what are we talking about? We're talking about this thing. So the hello. Uh, so the gist that I had is that they added like a pending hook for like components. So if you have a form and inside of it you have like a button, like you can add a pending state to that button. But like on the form itself, there was no way to get pending state. So I wrote a hook like a year ago. It's like, yep, like once React 19 happens, like you will probably need this, and it's funny that it's like it's just like have the same the same hook built in. Yeah. So actions, I think that makes sense. Yeah, so that's the one that was there in React before. You can only use that inside. Yeah, so use optimistic, use haven't played with use it at all. Again, I have like a gist for like how to do type safe context for React. And I think I like streamed about it before or like posted on Twitter before. Had like some feedback on like, oh, maybe do this, maybe do that, and I kind of like wanted to follow up on that. And maybe React 19 is going to be like a good time to look into that one again. React Store components. I guess we knew all that stuff. Yeah, just like new hydration warnings. Um, I think again I saw that in like an experimental branch. It didn't look as good, so I don't know if like there were like more changes since I played with that. So looks good for me. And yeah, and definitely like document metadata is like a fun one. Because at work I didn't want to put like the whole React helmet. Uh, okay, some spam. Oh no, I don't have the tool. Okay, give me a second. Okay, Twitch dashboard. Where are you? Where are you, Twitch dashboard? So, does it actually work? Does what actually work? React 19. Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is that like I kind of used React 19 before because I wasn't like on the experimental branch for all of my React Server Components frameworks, right? And I kind of like seen a lot of those new features. But yeah, I was talking about this one. I basically wrote my own like a kind of like Helm alternative. So uh, PM React Meta React Meta something React.js Meta. Okay, I don't remember. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one. So I just took the one from Solid and I looked at like Svelte and all the other ones, like how they're built. And I just ported that to React and I was like, oh, this actually kind of like makes sense. This is like what it should be doing. It doesn't do like everything that like Helm does, but like I don't need like the Helm bundle size. uh, so it's cool that just like yeah, you can just close this one. Like it doesn't do any, it doesn't do anything that like React doesn't do, right? So that's cool. And style sheets again, like uh, as of this moment, I was like working maybe like 2 days ago. I was like including a style sheet, adding like on load, set loaded, and like then show the UI. So it all makes like perfect sense for me. Like I want React 19 to happen. Yeah, so preloading, I haven't played with that yet. I don't know how to do that. This is like an interesting one. I want to see how that works. Uh, and yeah, error reporting, definitely waiting for that one. And finally, we have custom elements. This website, like, it existed for like I don't know, 10 years, whatever that was, right? And it's like this whole website is there just to shame React into implementing web component support. So like everything supports it except for React, right? And it's like, yep, that's since 2016, React doesn't work with web components. And I think there are like still some issues with that. The easiest way to talk about it is that you have like a not a div, right? It's going to be like my button, right? Oh, sorry, my button. And yeah, so if you have this title equals test, and I'll click something like this. So like React will understand that like this thing doesn't serialize, so you can't put that into attribute. But like this thing serialize, you can put it in attribute. But in a lot of web component frameworks, you actually have like a way to say like this is attribute, this is prop, right? Like React doesn't do that. So like the thing that they do, it makes sense. It will solve like 90% of the problems that you have, but it's like, yeah, but like not all of them. And so like this website will continue to exist. There will be just like less stuff. Yeah, forward drafts, I don't care about. Like I never had problems with them. Like, yeah, so I know that like some people are a lot of like excited about it. For me, just like, well, yeah, haven't we been using React 19 for in Next? Yes, so that's a like interesting one, right? So uh, technically, in Next, you are using newer React. Not everything is like documented, but like not documented, but like also like you don't have like TypeScript support. So like you wouldn't even know that there are like some new feature that showed up. Um, so I think, yeah, I think React 19 is still like pretty important thing, even if you've been living on the experimental canary version of React for 2 years. Yeah. So for today, what I'm trying to do is just see what React 19 is all about. I know that like the big other thing has happened on the React compiler. I'm less excited in the sense about React compiler. It's like sure, like when you showed us use memo and use callback, we all saw the writing on the wall that like this is like you're writing like a compiler output. This all should be kind of like built in and just done by the framework at some point. And it's funny that like it took whatever like one was React 16.8, like the one with hooks, right? So February 19, so that's like 5+ years, right? So 5+ years ago we already knew that like hooks are going to be like we already knew that use callback, use memo, and react.memo, like all of them are just like technical limitations and like everything that's like has to do with like dependency array. We're like, yeah, they're like you shouldn't be doing that. We're just waiting for React to fix it. Anyway, so compiler, I know that like it has like a bit worse support for all that stuff, so I want to play with that kind of like eventually, but yeah, not in a hurry. But React 19, if I can get it to production tomorrow, I will. And for that, I need to figure out the biggest question: does Remix support React 19? Right, that's where we want to be. I will also try to do Astro and maybe like work on B2B SaaS Kit today if I have time. But yeah, we will start with Remix because this is what we're using at job right now. Already seeing people complain about npm libraries being frozen from the React compiler. Okay, I don't know what it means. npm libraries being frozen. I guess if you try to compile like some of your dependencies, maybe they are like over memoized and you get stuck. Yeah, that's like a big thing about like their uh yeah, they break. Yeah, that's a big thing about like their linter stuff. And I want to actually look into that one. So I think I want to like at work I want to use the like the linter like React compiler linter, like the new one that they created, because it's like those are the like the rules of React, right? But like they just like they are checked a bit more thoroughly now than just like array dependencies as before. So I definitely want to see that ESLint rule. Compiler itself, yeah, it's I think it's going to be great. And again, like the writing on the wall 5 years ago was that that's going to be a thing. That's going to be the like what everyone's using. But yeah, uh, am I trying to build a product? Yeah. So well, we will see. um, I guess like a one thing that is like so this is like the starter kit that I wrote, and Kenzie Dot started writing his own basically at the same time, and I think I started a bit earlier, so like mine worked for a while a bit, like had like a bit more features, but yeah, he got out now. So I wonder if he has like a branch for React 19 or something like that. Is there like a way to see like activity or something inside? Is that the thing? Yeah, I don't know. Weeks ago. Uh, yeah, so I guess it's not there, but yeah, Epic Stack is like a pretty um, it's like a pretty inspirational thing. So like I haven't used Epic Stack for like anything, but like I always check like, hey, what's the ESLint config that he has? Hey, what's the like I don't know, like this setting or that setting that he has? So yeah, so this is like a pretty cool project, and it's like they have those like starter templates for Remix. I forgot how they call it, but like uh, there's like a rock one, easy one, I forgot, but like there are like a few templates, right? But it's like it's kind of like hard to keep them up updated, and if kind of like Kent is doing this on that thing, that's great. Okay, missing some chat. Oh no, okay, I don't think I'm missing anything. So yeah, it doesn't look like he started that, so there's nothing to look at that yet. NPX, yeah, it's just shouldn't be doing that. Not that here anymore. So I don't know if I'm going to publish that on GitHub or anything. I might. Yeah, so let's go. Uh, let's go and create new GitHub repo. Going to use Bond, of course. Why would you use Node? Like that seems silly. So we're going to call it remix react 19 template. Do I need git? Yes. Do I need to? Sure. Okay. Uh, okay. So let's see what we have. So at the moment we just have this. I think I will push it once I have something more. For now, let's check out README. It's def, bon def. I think it's bon run def. I think it's bon run build. They gave up on def. It used to be like a built-in command. I think they gave up on that one. Okay, so this works. What are the fun React 19 things that we can have, right? And for that one, we have like welcome to remix, right? And now we're going to do like new date, right? Like what is going to happen? Oh, I guess to string, right? So now this date is jumping up and down, causing hydration errors. Hydration errors are not bad, right? It's like on the server I see this, on the client I see this. So it's like it's not terrible for this thing, but we get a bunch of duplicate errors and all that stuff. So this is kind of like from the article, right? This is what we wanna fix. We already have a use case. We already have a use case for um, React 19. Maybe like one other thing is that maybe like some meta stuff, which again, I'm curious how it's going to kind of clash with some of the stuff that like Premix is doing, right? But like, what if this thing I want to have it like on a component level, right? Like what exactly should happen? Um, okay, but let's start here. They also had like instructions like how to upgrade. I think there was like a code mode or something like that. So like I'm really curious to see that. Yeah, Ricky. So if anything is wrong, it's Ricky's fault. That's good. Uh, okay, so installing. Introduce new JSX transform. Oh yeah, I haven't seen new JSX transform. I think the new JSX transform is the thing that fixes forward draft, which is again haven't played with that with my like RC framework yet. I think that will like make my life a bit easier. I have to like kind of like handle refs and keys like finally because of that. Or did they move keys into props? I don't think. Yeah. I think it's also like a ref, like a separate one. Okay, so new JSX transform. That's interesting. Well, that's not new. That's 2020. Yeah, so I'm already using that one. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's enabled already. Okay. Yes. So this is what we want to do. It's new React and new React DOM. So sure. Let's just install new React and new React DOM. Uh, yeah. So what will happen with React? What is going to happen with React 18, right? Because I'm guessing like remix itself still probably depends on it. So am I going to send two versions? Uh, yeah, do I have to do overrides? Okay, well, that could be the end of the bond if they don't support. uh, okay. Oh, types. Interesting. If you're using TypeScript, you also need to update your types. Yeah, as usual, during the beta, different packages that enforce. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So for yeah, so for this one, we use this, and for this one, we use this. Yeah, this is something that I like had to do before. Okay. Yeah. So I was saying that like, do I need to do overrides for React itself, right? Like, do I need to set um, make sure that like I have 19 everywhere, or is it going to be fine? Yeah. So let's start there. Um, so can I start it? Can I start it? Yes, I can. Okay. And I think we're in React 19, guys. I think it happened. It happened too quickly, maybe. Interesting. I still have I still have hydration errors for head, which is not what I was expecting. But yeah, I was going for this hydration error, right? It shows you the context. It shows you the context in the terms of React components. That's interesting. I'm guessing it's not going to survive production build. So like I don't see this happening in production. But this is very interesting. So hydration failed because blah blah blah. So if I go here and if I just do suppress hydration warning, what am I going to see? Right. So it ignored that one, but my extensions still are messing up with this one. But it didn't cause like app re-render, what a lot of times hydration does. So it's not like catastrophic kind of like thing, right? So the catastrophic stuff is like we type of window, uh, right? And you do like empty string or h1, right? So that's the stuff that is like, yeah, it's causing stuff to jump. Uh, but it doesn't look like it's actually doesn't look like it actually like destroys the document, which is interesting. Uh, how do I know that it doesn't destroy document? Well, that's the tricky part, right? It looks like it does destroy the document. Okay. Yes. And now I have this thing. So now if I move there's a warning here. Yeah, interesting. Still upset because that's no longer like the same component, right? If I have like a uh, section where I suppress hydration warning. No, still upset. That's interesting. Okay. Well, okay. Move this. And I just do this check inside. So it's this uh, or that. Hmm. Get into the span. Yeah, I don't deal with federation errors like too much. The only time I had to do it was like that framework. Yeah, funny. Okay. Well, yeah, don't do type window, guys. I guess that's pretty obvious, right? Yeah, interesting that time is not jumping. It usually does. Oh, okay. Well, that's yeah. So this is what I'm thinking, like math, random, uh, right? You see that like it jumps, and uh, I need like some spinning animation. CSS. Okay. Yeah. So how do we do styles now in Remix? I think you just create a file that is like my.css. You put that stuff there, and you import my CSS. Okay. Okay, so I don't do div, I do UL, right? Okay, I want to make my federation happen later. Uh, yeah, so in entry client, I can just do set timeout like 1,000, right? Just like do federation later. Okay, well that's confusing. Let me do this. Okay, is it in line? Yeah, so it does restart the I don't need that stuff. I just need spin. Oh. I guess I I do need. Yeah. So you see that when federation happens, it actually like um, it will destroy your thing. So like, don't ignore those warnings. Those warnings are important. Uh, put suppress federation warnings on them. Okay, that's interesting. That's way more interesting than I thought. So you see, by putting suppress federation warning, it actually doesn't just do warning, it changes the behavior, right? So now, so this is not hydrated, this is hydrated. I wonder if there's like a way for me to, hmm, yeah. I wonder if there's like a way for me to like say that like it's hydrated. Uh, if I have, yeah, I'm not going to play with that, but it's not hydrated. Now it's hydrated, and it didn't destroy the document, right? So like this time it's a warning. This time it's not. It's not an issue. So we see a lot of like um, just like attributes stuff, right? And they're like explaining us what's happening. So I can just go to that root thing and I can just do suppress hydration warning on it as well. Now, the only warning that I'm getting is for head, and I can just suppress hydration warning as well. Now I refresh, even though this code is actually producing different value on the client and on the server. Because of suppress hydration warnings, it just ignores the client part. Yeah. Well, like the right way, the right way of doing it is if you have this like window and like method random stuff, right? You just do like is mounted, right? Is hydrated, uh, and you just set your stuff, right? And it's like, well, I don't do suppress hydration warning. I just like if hydrated, do this, right? So now if I refresh, I don't have it, but then it's inserted with like client values, right? And uh, then I can still do uh, even like this. So I will have uh, yeah. So I wonder if that will work. So my date, if hydrated this, otherwise this, right? Okay, interesting. So yeah, didn't like that for some reason. What would be the reason? Oh yeah, it has to be like the server state has to match. Huh. So yeah, well, we kind of know what's happening here. Okay, so big fan of the new error messages. Big fan of the some of the like the behaviors that they have about around hydration because it makes life much easier. When you're doing suppressed hydration warning, you're doing something wrong, but React is doing something right. I think that's the important part. Um, so let's do this. So this was like the hydration stuff, which I care and I like. The part that is like good about that is that you can do use effect, uh, document, body, uh, I guess like div equals new div, right? And body append child. Actually, we don't want to do that here, right? We can do this in entry client. So like before we hydrate it, we are going to uh, say this, right? And if I refresh, this is the part that is like completely done with uh, this is a part that is done completely with JavaScript. So this is the stuff that like your Google Tag Manager and all that stuff, right? So like it wasn't there on the server. It was added there later. Yeah, we don't need this RC stuff. It was added later, right? But it doesn't cause the hydration errors anymore. And I think, as far as I remember, you can even do that. Yeah, so right now it inserts it at the like lower elements, but I don't think you can insert it into like at the top. Insert as the first child. So that's going to be insert. Okay. Yes. So you see that like it has to be the latest one. And I've seen some third-party components do this where they will try to put stuff on top instead of like a band child. So that will still break. So that's like you still have to worry about that one. You will still get the like all the hydration errors, all that stuff, right? Like if you're using will still break. And that's yeah. uh, yeah, so append shell will work. So like this is your like Google Tag Manager inserting stuff. That's still fine. It can go to body. It could go to head. It should not give like any warnings. So this is cool. Like I'm all liking that. So now, okay, so this is our upgrade guide again. Installing, we did that. It worked. We should probably make a commit out of that. Uh, uh, so that was install React 18. Um, now error in render are not read-through. Interesting. Okay. Errors that are not caught by error boundary. Yeah, I've seen those before. Errors that are caught are reported to console log. Yeah. And if you're monkey punching your console log with some like Sentry or Datadog, you're already covered. Should not impact most app, but if you realize an error being rethrown, you need to upgrade your support this. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. I wonder if you need to care about that. There could be a world where this is like, oh, but I have a central place to do that. I don't have to monkey patch console layer anymore. But I'm not sure if you will need that. But like a cool feature, I guess. So prop types are deprecated. Uh, sure, as if anyone cared. Uh, yeah. Oh no, they didn't even mention flow. Oh, that's a burn. Oh, that's a burn. Oh my god. Okay, x.com is working as expected. Don't worry, anyone. It's all fine. Can switch to another user. Okay, well that's great. Uh, what okay. Sorry. Yeah, prop types. No one used prop types. I think I tried it once just to see if it's there, and I was like, why would you do that? And never touched it again. Yes. Yeah. The context is fine. And again, this is stuff that could break your library, right? Like you could be using a library that was like last updated 10 years ago, and you just like, well, it was using all those features. I'm sorry. Okay. My stream supports that in Twitter. Is that real? That never worked before. Hello. Yeah. So what we're doing is that we're playing with React 19. Uh, I'm sure that everyone thinks that React 19 is that thing that you have to use like Vercel for. Yeah, we're trying to do more homegrown. In this case, we're doing remix, but we're putting it through its paces. We're like, yeah, we're not letting it easy. Anyway, no one cares about this context. No one cares about string refs. That's yeah, that's kind of like that for a while. Uh, Interesting. There's even React code mode to help you rewrite your refs. This is interesting because, like, how, right? So, like, this is a code mode for class components. In 2024, they are releasing code modes to update your class components. This is dedication. This is crazy. Okay, so okay, I'm not sure what module factory is. Render that returns. Yeah, I think I've seen this, but I don't know if anyone's using that. Yeah, this was like a React like zero version stuff. Yeah, shallow re-rendering. Yeah, all that stuff. No one cares. It was all deprecated like for 5 years ago. Uh, sure, test tutorials. No one cares. Interesting. There is no hydrate, so that one is like pretty recent. Yeah, so it was deprecated in 2022. Okay. Well, again, it's not a big deal. Uh, I think if your code is like that was like 17 to 18 migration. So like if your code still relies on hydrate, you're like switched into like an older mode, and like by switching to this, you might break some stuff. So it's not as easy as just like renaming a function. It will like actually like work differently with uh are you on Twitch? Uh, yeah. So yeah, it's interesting that like comments on Twitter used to like just not work. So it was always just like, well, I guess someone is watching there. But yeah, it's funny that they fixed it now. Uh, okay, unmount componented node. That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen like some of those things in a while. Okay, so now element ref. Interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah, but like you have to go deep to get there. You have to use like create element or something to even get there. So yeah, it doesn't seem. XChat doesn't work on mobile. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I only I remember Twitter streaming like they bought Periscope, and like for that one I never used it on desktop. It was only on the phone. And like UI in Twitter is like basically UI of Periscope on a phone, but I never was able to chat on a phone, and yeah, that makes sense. Okay, strict mode changes. Okay, are we getting stricter? What's happening? When double rendering in strict mode, will reuse memoized results. Components are already in strict mode. Not, okay, interesting. So they're making strict mode less strict. Why? Features designed proactive surface bugs. Example during the stream of them walking. Okay, well that's still crazy, but UMD build. Yeah, thank you. Let's get yeah, let's get the common JS build removed as well. Okay, libraries depending on React runs my yeah, that's fine. Right. Okay. TypeScript changes. Yeah, so I did some of this stuff back in the time. It was about like React props having children by default or something like that. So this is the only way that I know about this thing. Uh, okay, okay, due to okay, rejected by TypeScript. Interesting. Okay, well that doesn't seem scary, but interesting to kind of like to going to be looked into. User ref requires an argument. Okay, that one is good. I think it was like really confusing because like is this one a null or undefined at the start? So yeah, I'm all for it. And yeah, if I'm going to run it on a real code base, I will see a bunch of errors. But this sounds interesting. Yeah, all refs are mutable. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm all for it. Yeah. So yeah, double rendering is still a thing. It's just like they started doing it a little less often. So yeah, some sounds fine. Okay, so React element TypeScript type. Okay. Uh, default any. Okay, what does that mean? Props to React elements now default to unknown instead of any, which is good, always good. It does not affect if you pass React element. Okay, I kind of like don't care about this too much. Um, okay, scope JSX. Okay, is that really it? Did that really happen? A long time request is to remove the global JSX namespace from our types in favor of React JSX. Yes, because if you're using like multiple JSX frameworks at the same time, it's so hard to make them work. And I think this was like a requirement to make that one happen. Um, yeah, different UI libraries that leverage JSX. You'll now need to wrap module of JSX name. Okay, so if you're adding your custom JSX, you have to use it differently, which makes sense. I don't see a problem with that. I'm still like confused how does it know when to include JSX? Uh, I guess it's just JSX pragma, but okay. The exact module specified depends on JSX runtime you're using. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, yeah, it all makes sense. Uh, better user reducer typing. I know that like okay, I forgot his name. Mike. Okay. Okay. Twitter. Yeah, Mike Pearson. I know that Mike Pearson created like a bunch of like PRs, like improving. It's like funny. He's like Angular developer, so he's like, I know TypeScript. Hey, React developers, why are you not using TypeScript properly? So yeah, it's great. And I know that like he was creating like a few ones. I don't know if like uh yeah. Oh, they even mentioned him. Oh, that's great. I thought I had like some inside info, but it's literally there in the doc. Yeah, he was like improving the types. I don't know what exactly he changed, but um, I remember just like less confusing states. Uh, yes, this is a breaking change, which makes sense. Like they're making a uh, um, new major version. That's the one when to do it. Uh, yes, so the new best practice is not to pass a type argument. Yeah, it's always was, yeah, and just like infer, I guess everything, right? Uh, they define the cursor in line. This will encourage annotate function parameter and stats. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, that's great. So they didn't have too much stuff for like what actual upgrade right? It's just like, well, these are the deprecations, so it's like it will be like package specific. But like the stuff that we did, right? We just updated React, and just like everything, just works. So as far as I'm concerned, like yeah, if you want to do React 19 in Remix, just update the version. It just fix a bunch of warnings, and there's like a new behavior of how hydration errors are handled, but it's better. The new behavior is better. The part that like I don't like is that you have to do this suppress hydration warnings on the HTML tag now. Um, yeah, I wonder if like probably next it's just like adding it by default or something. It's like I'm not. I'm not going to be surprised if they're doing something like that. But so far, everything seems like, yeah, like it just makes sense. And even this one makes sense, right? So like, if you're if you want to do stuff that is not supposed to be hydrated, just put it in the bottom of your document. I think it makes sense, but it will like still break some stuff, unfortunately. Uh, yeah. So yeah. So we will just push this. Oh, I guess I didn't create it. Oh, wait. Repo name. Remix. React 19 template. Okay. No, that's literally it. Okay, I'm not confused. Okay, yeah, I should have used this one. Uh, okay, so that's the file name. Yeah, that's fine. File name. This is- Okay. So now that makes sense. I think it does. Uh, yeah. So we need to improve the readme a bit, and I also want to push the stuff as uh, like hydration errors demo. Uh, Demo to show how Act engine handles hydration. And I can probably just put the what is this Git thing you're using? So there are two Git things. So one is GitHub CLI. That one is, I guess, like everyone knows. Um, and there is this one. It's called TIG, uh, which is uh, I know that like the biggest uh, competitor to TIG is a lazy Git. I tried to use it. I couldn't kind of like get into it. uh, it's really good if you're like kind of like learning Git or like don't remember some stuff in Git. There's a bunch of like just like press a button, like a help menu will show like what you're doing and everything like that. But yeah, for the stuff that I just have like so much muscle memory of using Teague now. So yeah, this is basically like a CLI client for some of the stuff that like people are doing like in VS Code or like there are like a few GUI ones. I always forget how it's called. There's like some stuff you can do in GitHub desktop, but not too much. But yeah, um, okay. Uh, Give me a second. I was going to uh, just share the URL. Where's the URL? Don't think it worked. Oh, Google, why are you so bad at this? Oh, wow. This is unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. Why are you so bad at this? Why are you so bad at this, Google? Okay. Yeah, so if I wonder if I do it. No, it doesn't work even that way. Yes, Google, why are you so bad? Okay. Um, well, yeah, that was longer than I was expecting. Uh, yeah. So this is just the history view, and again, like on the bigger repos, I just like makes sense. You see all the merges, everything kind of like happened. You can go into individual one and see kind of like what happened. Or if you're like, oh, I wonder like what was the PR that like changed this file, right? You can do all of that stuff. And basically like for all the commands that they have, so like you can do git ref log, right? And you can just like find the version you can go back to. You can do like author filtering, all that stuff. So it's, yeah, it's really cool. I just have a lot of muscle memory, and I have like a lot of like shortcuts to do. So it's like if I'm on this PR, I can do kind of like stuff to it. I can kind of cherry pick from it, or if I'm only on this one on the like stage screen where I can select my changes, and I can go kind of like line by line adding it. It's kind of like similar to git add minus p, but like way faster and like a better interface. Yeah. So for people who can't do GitHub CLI, yeah, but like there are things that you can't easily do in GitHub CLI, and there are things that is like harder to manage. For example, right, I can see it's like, oh, I need to switch to this branch. I can see the name of the branches and the context kind of like all at the same time. And here I can just copy paste the name, right, and go git switch that name. But I can also do a shortcut and just like, okay, now I switch to that branch, right? So it just to make stuff faster. Uh, Again, it's kind of like NeoVim. You have to like you have to spend time to kind of like to build it up where it kind of like starts making sense for you. Whereas where like some simple stuff is like, oh, I just want to push that branch, right? I can find it in the list and can press the push. That kind of like, well, I could have as easily just like pushed it. But when you're in UI, right? If I'm pushing this branch, I know exactly kind of like what I'm pushing, as opposed to if you do this, right? Get push origin this, right? You don't know what's happening in that branch, right? Like like it's just like more disconnected. Anyway, it's just a question of me using this thing for like 10 years. uh, okay. So yeah, so have this, right? And again, I just like pushed it, right? And it's like, was that hard to push it? Just like writing git push? No, but like I just have a context. Okay, so for this one, um, oh, why? Oh, okay. Well, that was the wrong command then. So for this one, I guess I want to have this view maybe. Yeah. Okay. And so now let's put in some README. Um, uh, uh, remix, remix with React 19. Yeah, we haven't used any of the features yet, but I think it kind of like makes sense to use it in like some kind of app. Here, I just wanted to see if it works. Uh, uh, Following this guide. Uh, so fun dev fun run build. I think start works. Okay. Um, uh, sure. And now I have this, and uh, you can also check out this branch where I was playing with uh, new hydration errors in 18. Okay. Um, so this is that, and thing where we can leave it here. Um, update update. Okay. Oops. Yeah. So this is where this is where it starts being fancier, right? I push this commit into the wrong branch, and uh, I'm like, okay, I want to switch back to main. I want to cherry pick this branch into main. I want to push main. Now I want to switch back to the old branch, and I want to rebase on that and that branch, right? So like, I'm sure you can do all of that stuff with Git, just like CLI, right? But it's just like a bit less discoverable. You would have put like 5 Git logs in between all that stuff just to keep track of like, hey, am I am I in the right place, right? Or if you don't do Git log, you just start making errors. Okay, I think we're good on the remix part. Let's. Okay, maybe I'm right. Well, maybe I was just doing it for 10 years, and this is just like the way that I got used to everything. Okay, so this is looks pretty fancy. Let's jump into Astro stuff. But this is not the common. Yeah, exactly. And this is like the beam argument, right? It's like, well, if you know how to use your tool, and if like complicated things are easy for you, you just start doing complicated things more often. So and that's kind of like the thing, right? So like, if interactive rebasing is just kind of like a thing I can do like in 2 seconds, well, I'm doing it every day all the time now, right? Because it's like, it's so easy to do it, it's so easy to do it without errors, so that like, yeah, I'm just literally like rebasing at least like, I don't know, like 50 times a day, right? And it's not like a thing that I have to think about. It's just like, well, just like a few shortcuts that I need to hit, and that's it. Okay. So yeah, so let's start with Astro. uh, there is like a remix React template that they have. I think to do it is Astro new. Then you go to frameworks. Yeah, it's interesting that like the order of stuff, right? Technically, Vue is like more popular, but React is smaller. Like, why did you put them this way? Are they sorted by the framework size? Yeah, Alpine should be way higher than. I use NeoVim, by the way. Yes. Well, yeah. I think in NeoVim they have like their own GitHub tool. I guess not GitHub, just Git. Um, but I haven't played too much with that. But I think it does a lot of the stuff that T does, and it's the same kind of like CLI. Um, it's the same CLI feel to it. You can easily kind of like go back and forth and stuff. NeoVim is just Vim, but there. I Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I know this doesn't count with that, but there's like a plugin. I don't remember the name. That's like, I know I don't use Vim for that. Okay, so we're going to start here. Uh, yeah, this is their, again, like, no one mentions PNPM, no one mentions Bun. Like, you should, guys, you should. Uh, okay, so we're going to, is it Bun create? Okay, haven't tested that one before. Oh well, I guess it is. Let's create a new project. Yes, so the project is going to be It's going to be Astro React 19 template. uh, do you want it TypeScript? Yes. I think I like the funny part is that I think the strictest is not the strictest. I remember like thinking about it. It's like, well, it doesn't do actually this or that, so they need like a stricter thing. Do you want to install dependencies? Thanks. Do you want to git? Yes. I had some issues with like it installing dependencies wrong, so that's why I skipped. But maybe they fixed it, and it's just a force of habit. Okay. Yeah. So let's go there. Uh, close this one, and thanks. Okay. So now on 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 install. What's happening? Why can't why can't it? Uh, yeah. Astro is like a hefty one. It doesn't install too quickly. Okay. Now 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I'm actually building at work. I'm building like this tool for us, so we can check like our things. It's like, oh, actually, like this link should be going to like that URL and not that URL. But I wish we were using Astro. They have like a kind of like a plugin system, so you can do like uh, your own plugins to this thing. Yeah, I wish. But because I'm building my own, I can actually like insert it even in stuff that's like not our website, which turned out to be like a cool feature. Okay, anyway, let's go to this. Um, so we're going to do the same thing. So the tricky part is going to be like Astro React, right? It's already doing like React 18 things. There is a check that they're doing, and they will use like React DOM hydrate or React DOM like create root, depending on your version. We're hoping that this is not going to break with React 19. Uh, but yeah, we're probably going to end up with the same thing where we install like React twice, and it's like I hope it's not going to send it like I'm not going. I hope it's not going to send it like the bundle twice. Oh, and Astro gives us the opportunity to uh, check bundle sizes, right? So this is our output for um, React 18 because I heard maybe I can take a screenshot or tweeters later if that comes up. Yeah. So now uh, we're installing the same React stuff. It's like cool. Okay, so we install that. So now we're doing types. Now we're updating types, and for that one we have to do this whole jazz. So instead of React and React DOM is this, and we use overrides. So okay, I haven't checked actually. Like I haven't played with types, but that's this part that's going to be like we'll give you actions on the forms and all that stuff. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, now try again. We're doing build. Okay. Well, well, we're so close. Okay, that's interesting. So it wasn't able to compile. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. So Astra turned out to be a bit more complicated. So let's start here. What's happening with this one? Yes, so it's no longer JSX element, it's react.js element. And I hate that it's like, I hate that Astro templates are not formatted by default. It's like, it's killing me every time I have to do this. Interesting, so it still compiled it. And the bundle size is not that greater. Okay, so okay, yeah, so it's like 40 something, and what was the other one? Yeah, so okay, okay, uh, oh no. Okay, where was it? So this one and this one. Okay, so to Astro counter. Interesting that counter became smaller. That's that's funny. I wouldn't expect that. But yeah, so this one became bigger. Yes. So well, it's not zero, but it's not terribly bad. Okay. Let's go to Twitters. Rumors of React gene bundle size inflation per day is to rate it for a bit exaggerated. Okay, and okay, so React 18 this, React 19 this, and this one I can put the screenshot. So I need this screenshot and this. It's not zero. For some reason, the component became smaller. Like, why would that be a thing? Uh, I'm curious now. Yes. So, uh, yeah, I guess let me just copy it, and if I go, oh, oh yeah, in Astro they initialize Git, but don't create the first commit, which is again like, why are you doing that? Which for me is bad because now I need to create that commit. And tick doesn't work until you create the first commit, which is not great for some reason. Uh, so I have to do it the old school way. So yes, it's all good. Um, yeah, I guess yeah, I guess I'm creating like a first commit with Astro plus React 19. Okay. Yes. So now, yeah. So now I have this. Oh, how do I revert back to the older one? Okay. Well, I guess we're not getting that comparison. Uh, yeah. Maybe JSX function is like smaller now. Well, okay. I think I'm too invested in. No, I still want to try it. Okay, so here's how we're going to do it. Uh, we're going to go and create a new project for Astro. But that was this one. What's gonna be? Oh yeah, it's not Bon X, it's Bon. So the name of the project is Astro React 19 template. I think I did this typo every time that I tried it. Strict test, install dependencies, no. Initialize Git. Well, we already know that that's not going to help. Okay. Yes. So now I'm just going to get. How am I going to do this? Git create bear branch. I forgot how to do it. Bear means like a special thing for Git, so yeah, orphan. It's orphan. Okay. So re init. Okay, so I'm going to create this. Now I'm going to create copy everything from there here. I also will need some dot things probably. No, I didn't see anything. Well, there should be like a gating or something. I guess not. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, it got into this folder. Okay. It's all going to be fine. Okay. Right. So now again, Dig doesn't work, which is huge downside. Yeah, this one we wanna remove because it has like it has a git folder. Okay, so this is that command. This one. Okay. Now I go to my main branch and I rebase it on that one. And this is how I'm going to get all of my stuff. Okay, and I will just glad that we were able to fix this. Yeah, it's a resorted all thing. Again, you should make sure that the stuff that you're creating from your templates is formatted with prettier, and like the order of depths is the alphabetical orders and all that stuff. Otherwise you create those diffs for like no good reason. Okay, rant ended. Sorry, missed the message. I have to go by. Yeah, sure. You can always check it out on the YouTubes. Okay, so astro check, all that stuff is fine. We're going to go and say that this works. Yes, and yeah, I didn't finish the database. Update to react. Okay, so the part that doesn't work is that we get a bunch of warnings. It still works, so it's TypeScript warnings inside of Astro. Um, so does that mean that we should just add this there? Yes. Okay. Fix TypeScript warnings. Yeah, Astro requires some like setup, some like initial setup. Uh, okay, uh, so let's say that we want to move it this order. So now I want to go. I want to go back here. I want to run build again, and I want to open that that counter file and just see what exactly why exactly are we why is the bundle size difference, right? Like this doesn't make any sense. uh it looks generally the same. Transitional element, fragment, current owner. Interesting. Is that just the ref stuff? Is it just the ref stuff? Yeah, so they still have some stuff that is like kind of like ref related. You still have to do something for the refs. But yeah, the component itself is the same because it bundles everything together. Just like JSX runtime is a bit different. So yeah, don't worry about that. But I guess that's a funny takeaway that it is different. Okay, let's actually run it. uh, let's get what's happening. Oh, I need to. Yeah. Okay, so let's actually run it. And let's see if we're on the same page. Okay, it's on the same page. So hydration story in Astro is going to be different. The main thing is that, well, you're usually not hydrating your like header and all that stuff through React. You're hydrating into Astro. So like if some extension just went ahead and like added like a bunch of crap on the HTML, well, why would you care? Like who cares, right? Because uh, it's not part of your island. It's like only starting from here you would have to care about hydration. Yeah, but just to check that we are like on React 19, uh, we are going to do something funny. So this button. So now instead of on click, you have form action. So subtract is now going to be a form action. How do I hate? Oh, I hate this. Okay, so I did it on the subtract. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. That's a bit not good. Hmm. Why doesn't it do anything? No. Okay. Well, how else can we check the hydration stuff? We can say new date string. Okay. Okay. And I saw the hydration error again. Okay. So now we know that it's React 19. But now let's try to use some of those fancy React features that we have. So I want to use actions. There's also like a new experimental actions in Astro. So that's where my kind of like mind goes. Uh, yes. So what about actions? So this is the component that they provide. So start there. Okay. So I think I'm doing this. Uh, I don't have prettier. Astro prettier. Uh, how do you install it? Okay, so install this bond I this, and then you create uh, und this, and now on okay. Okay, I'm going to leave much happier now. Okay, so that's um, okay. Okay, this will make my life much easier. Okay, so uh, now let's use this component. Uh, Not sure what the second argument does yet. Use state action is not defined. Yes, it's not. Let's define it. Okay. Okay. So for data, yeah, so stated by law. Oh, I guess it's not the TypeScript type code. So, whoops. Okay. But I can send it. Okay. So update name is not defined. Okay, and here we can say that it's just um, uh, okay. Well, that's not bad. So do this. Takes a second, and it redirects us, or yeah, redirects not defined. What do we actually want in case if it works? Guess let's not just do anything yet. I do this, and it kind of worked. If I do John, yeah, name already taken. Okay. Should put it outside of the counter, otherwise the CSS is messing up. So John, yeah, okay. So that sounds cool. So now let's see the Astro actions. Okay, it's not deploy actions. It's this actions. Okay. Do not forget to add that to the video description that we also played with Astro actions. um, okay, yeah. So it requires server or API endpoints, which makes sense, and it also like includes this. Okay, so Astro config. This. Okay. So now, how do I use it? Okay, interesting. So I have to create a file, actions, then define. Oh, and I list every action. Okay. Well, that's not great, but also not terrible. I guess it makes sense in terms of like the collections, but like the kind of like the big selling point of React or components, right? Is that well, actually, uh, I can just have uh, I can have like an npm package that does both things, right? It can do actions, uh, it can do like server stuff and like UI stuff. So with this one, it's like okay, but what if I want to do? What if I want to have like a shareable component, like Astro component to do auth, right? And it's like I need to be able to log in and forgot the password and all that stuff. How do I expose all of those actions? You can call actions in any component request. Okay. Well, that's okay. Yeah. There was also like a there was React integration with it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's not there in the thing yet. Uh, yes. So let's start here. So now this thing that we're doing, right? This whole thing. I guess maybe like not the whole thing. How much of that? Well, okay. Let's start at the start. Um, so first we wanna create we wanna create an action. So we go to that file and we put all of this stuff and we say that uh, so the action is called update name. As the input, we just have the name, and when we get the name, we do this. Uh, yeah, so yeah, it's either yeah, basically the only returns are yeah. That's like an interesting, like a new approach how React is doing it, but like how would I know? Uh, yeah, we will see. Anyway, so it's a string or null for the error. I do need this one. And now when instead of calling this, so like update name is now a thing that I'm importing from here, right? So it's going to be actions update name, right? And when I'm calling it, I will just put the form. So like I don't need to do anything with the form, anything fancy with the form, and it's already what it's doing. So yeah, it's already returning error or oh, interesting, it's any. Why is it any? Why is it any? What happened now? Oh, interesting. Okay, if I do astro check. Huh, why is it any? Yeah, so I have a server here. Uh, hmm. Well, I guess that's why they call this function they this thing experimental. Okay, I think it worked. Uh, yes. So the error is string or null. So I can just return this. Yeah, interesting that like just because like the signature is a bit different, now I can't just reuse it. But okay, so okay, yeah. What is the best practice on like typing this thing? So I have state and I have payload. So the payload, presumably that should be just like a form data always. Interesting that I have to specify that. Why is it any? And why is it not undefined? Well, I'm like those guys are not learning anything. Uh, okay, so use action state. Yeah. So it's a state. It's gonna return state or it can return promise. Yeah, that's a bit interesting. Okay, so previous state is isn't that bad? Yes, it's initial state. Why can't it infer this? Yeah, I'm not happy with the TypeScript story that I'm seeing. Do they have TypeScript examples? Yeah, they don't have. Okay, well, I can say that it's a form data, and it can. Oh, now it's an error. Okay, property name is missing but required. Oh, well, that's not good. Huh. Interesting. So this is like a. Yeah, I think I'm calling it wrong. Uh, oh, interesting. So actions block component. Okay, so what does make it block? Okay, I think I forgot this. Actions. Uh, okay, so it's input and accepts a form. Okay, okay. Yeah, because you're losing some of the TypeScript stuff if you're doing it this way, but like, I guess that will make you do it twice. Okay, so why is it action like here, but it's action block here? Where does it get the block from? Because this one is like and comment, but this one for some reason is blog. I wonder if they just like forgot to update the docs. Uh, yeah. Okay. Uh, not great, but not terrible. Now that we have this, uh, yeah, I think they just forgot to update the docs. Okay, so now that we have all of this stuff, it's still interesting that like it doesn't understand the like the previous state. Uh, yeah, so it's string or null. I put a number here. Will that be an error? Yes. Well, kind of not great, but eh. Okay. Um, sure. Okay, so we have all of that stuff. We have all of that stuff. So now it just work. Hello. It didn't work. Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah. So let's add some types. It's not used. Why would it be? Why would it be used? Okay. So let's not use it. Okay. Right. So now let's try to figure out what is actually happening here. So um, if I just console log actions, what is exactly even happening there? Yes, it's a proxy object. Okay. Does that proxy object has this thing? Okay, it does. Does it actually call it? Okay, it does. Okay. It calls actions. Right. Right. So I think that that all works. The part that doesn't work is like all the like .astro stuff. Right. So this is the type thing that like got stuck kind of like a bit. Uh, but there's also, I'm guessing, like the runtime thing that is handling the underscore actions. And for that one, we have a fat 500, which is not entirely great. Okay, so does rendering work? So if I export const, is it pre-render? False. The server rendering work? Uh, okay, we'll just search for it. Hybrid. Okay, yeah, so now we can do pre-render true, pre-render false. So if I do pre-render false, it should be doing all of that stuff on the server. Opting out of pre-rendering. Okay. I'm kind of upset that like the actions thing didn't work. We'll do standard troubleshooting. Let's just like restart it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. This is so funny. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, uh, in the other repo we'll have TRPC, so it's not going to be as a problem. Okay. Cool stuff. We're going to leave it here. Um, yeah. Okay. Trying out React 19. No, it's not React. It's Astro. Astro action is React 19. I guess while we're here, we can also build and preview it just to see. Uh, yeah, not use hybrid without an adapter. Okay, so Astro add node. Yes. Now you need to open. Now you need to run thumped again because they will mess it up. Um, okay, so now let's try build again. Let's try preview again. Okay, there's some is unavailable in static output. Okay, interesting. Do I have to use pre-runner? Okay, build. Yeah, headers. Why would I need headers? Why are we talking about headers? Oh, I'm putting the pre-render in the wrong file. It should be in the on the route file. Yeah, here. Um, yeah. Oops. 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 Okay, that's fine. Now, so build. What about preview? Okay, starting preview on the same port. Okay. Now, this is that. Now, if it's changing something, yeah, it's all breaks. Unexpected end of JSON. Okay. Uh, and yeah, it's 500. And the error message is 204. Oh, yeah. Well, we try. Um, okay. 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 We don't need this whole server anymore. Okay. So, stroke add node. Okay. I think that's it. Um, uh, uh, yes. Yes. Okay. Uh, I should probably update the README, but I'm probably too lazy to do that. Okay. This is going to be that. Tried Astro, like new Astro with actions. It didn't work. Let's go something a bit more, a bit more of a scale. Um, okay. Uh, I'm on the latest. Looks like there's some build output stuff. Okay. Um, there's a bit of like a setup how to start the test kit, but hopefully we'll get through that. And there's like a fancy, like what is it, like 300 300 line readme. Yeah, so yeah, it's still using Yarn. I kind of like you. I got more experience using PNPM lately, so I will probably migrate it to PNPM. I feel like, yeah, Yarn Yarn's starting to show its ears. I think it looks like it's time. Um, okay, well, not great. Not a great start. What are we missing? Okay. Maybe it's just a question of like restarting the cache. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Localhost 3000. Um, okay. Oh, it took a while to put it up. What is going on? Well, I guess we removed all the caches, right? Like it's just building caches probably. Yeah, Astra content is not there. It's just TypeScript, so that should be fine. The same kind of like Astra sync should be fixing that. Okay. Okay, this looks like it's taking too long. Okay, so let's go to packages. We want to update React. Okay, put it up. Yeah, does it work? Okay, it doesn't. The the magic command to get it work is Doppler. Yeah, I guess we don't have it in. I guess we don't have it here. We have it here, right? It's not in the README. Uh, yeah, but you should be running this command once you have everything configured. Okay. So try app. Yay, works. Okay, cool. This is, by the way, like this repo is using React Router. I was going to try 10 stack. There's like still my video. Uh, yeah, there's like a still my video that like gets some like views from time to time for 10 stack router from like a year ago. I just tried it and like nothing worked. So it changed a lot since then, and I'm sure that like it works now. But yeah, I was going to build it with 10 stack. I mean, I'm building it with React Router now, right? And like this this like this project that I'm code naming Remix, which is like remix that is inside of Astro. It seems like it's going to be like a thing now that they're like moving everything from Remix into React Router. Because Remix, I did a demo before where I was able to run a Remix as like a Vite plugin in Astro. It kind of worked, but like they patched the holes to do that. But once it's going to be just React Router, they will probably like open all of those holes back again, and it sounds great. It sounds like if I can just update the whole process, the whole like B2B SaaS kit just to React Router 7, right? And like get everything that you can get in Remix. That sounds like a good thing. Okay. Anyway, we're going to start with the oh uh, React at beta. Where is it? Yeah, this one. So yarn add. Uh, yes. So now we also need this whole thing for um, overrides, right? This thing. So where are all my types? Types at React. Yeah, this one. Um, and yarn add. It's yarn. Yeah. Okay. Now, presumably, oh, interesting. So here, oh no, it's still there. Hmm. Yes, this one's still there, but like uh, React itself. Yeah, it looks like I got rid of like this is the only version of React that we have, right? We only have 19. There's no that thing like we seen before where like tries to install both. Yeah, just one React, just one scheduler. That sounds great. Install React 19. Should probably be the branch. Okay. Uh, yeah, I should also update update Astro, but like it shouldn't be important for this thing. Um, okay, so now I'll start again. Okay, see some errors, but I know it's not important yet. Missing server specifier and React on package. Okay, what's that mean? Yeah, could be that I need to update like some of the like feed or Astro before I can use it. Okay, so there are some TypeScript errors which We expect because like how JSX changed, which is funny because does that mean that I need to update like TRPC before? Yeah, that's like yeah. It's funny. It's like I can't use new React because the library that I'm using didn't update their TypeScript yet. That's going to be funny. Okay, so still doesn't work. Uh, yeah, missing server specifier in React DOM. Interesting. This is like oh yes, this is the thing, right? It's trying to use V17. That's what I was talking about. Uh, this whole thing about React version. Yeah, so let's export something. When is the thing where when is it deciding to use one or the other? Yeah, so we want to use this one. Yeah, that's interesting. I only looked at that code a bit before. I don't even remember why I needed that, but I know that they have this like yeah. So in React integration, oh, they have 19 now. Okay. Uh, that's funny. I guess let's just go through the history of this thing and let's see what they had before. I wonder if it's just like if was written like wrong way. That's kind of like what I called. Yes. Yes. Uh, yes. Yes. And it makes sense, right? Because they want to use 17, probably like for 16 as well. Yeah, this is funny. This is funny. Okay, well, we know what we need to do, right? Um, is there like an issue? Yeah, doesn't work yet because of. Okay. Uh, okay. Someone created an issue. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. 2 weeks ago. Okay, so he said that he's not going to support it on May 3rd, and then he did support it. Okay. Thank you, Matt. Uh, Matt, by the way, uh, I invited him before. It was like one of the episodes that I like the most. This one doesn't have like crazy views, but yeah, I enjoyed it. We were talking about like React server components, all that stuff, and I was like, Matt, you don't like it, but eventually Astro will support React server components. And he's like, what do you mean? How is it going to happen? And I'm hoping that it's going to happen kind of like almost like this. Okay, so we have all of that stuff. So now we need to update Astro, and uh, I think they now have like a command that you can just like run to update. So yeah, let's just try it. I never tried it before. Oh, it's using the wrong version of Yarn. Well, okay. So we will update Astro checked Astro React. Well, that's the one that we need to fix it. I wonder if we can just update Astro React just to make my life easier. Let's see if that will go smoothly. If not, I will update just the Astro React. So Astro and Astro Vercel. Okay, that seems reasonable. Be sure to follow changelog. Interesting. Yeah, I think Vercel changed a lot since I last updated it, but maybe I updated it recently because it broke something. Okay, uh, so it failed to update all that stuff. That's interesting. What's the state now? Okay, it reverted everything. Okay. Huh. I wonder why it didn't work. Okay, so check the act for cell astro. Oh, I'm jumping from 3 to 4. Okay, I didn't even notice. Okay. Uh, yeah. Just to see. Yeah, I wonder if it's just like using the wrong version of Astro. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yarn. Okay. So let's try to build again. Where do I have built? Oh, I guess I don't have build. I was trying to do only that. Build just like tests more. Okay, so I guess it works. So let's check that. Okay, yeah, still on the port 3000. uh, because that's when we started. It had port 3000. And I think that's fine. Should probably update it to 4321 to be consistent with the rest of the Astro, but now it's consistent with the rest of React apps, so maybe that's fine. Okay. I'm curious why is it so slow? It's just seems seems slightly silly. Okay, so a bunch of TypeScript errors, which is I wonder if some of them are good. Yeah, so auth provider. Where do I get auth provider from? Oh, it's Propel. Yeah. Yeah, so that one is I can probably just like work around it. Because it's my code. But yeah. Okay. I don't have like too much stuff working without auth. So let's try to sign in. Settings get up. Okay, view prompts, settings. Yeah, why is it loading for so long? Oh, I wonder if yeah, I'm using like a free version of Supabase, and sometimes it will like shut it down for the inactivity. So yeah, project is paused. Which is uh, which is a great kind of like incentive for me to move to some other database because it's a bit annoying doing all this stuff. Um, Postgres seems like the how do I say it? Like the production ready one. So it seems like more serious, and it feels like you should be doing Postgres if you're like thinking about it for real. But now that Astro has AstroDB, there's just an argument of like, well, if you want to like have a free one, if you want to have like a built-in one, maybe they'll like just use that one. And they also use Drizzle, so it's like yeah, it's funny how like a year ago I was like betting on Drizzle to become a thing, and it became a thing. So that's good. Okay. So let's see the databases is coming up. I know that like sometimes when you turn it on, like everything is empty there, and I'm like, oh no, did I remove all of my database? Okay, so let's click to through some of this stuff. Um, yeah, so their PC provider cannot be used as JSX. the type of this thing is not a valid JSX element type. Yeah. Does that mean that like your PC need to update something, or like who's to blame here? Because that's just types from React query. Yeah. And I don't expect them to update this stuff too quickly. Um, okay. Okay. I don't have like too much time. I want to do something simple. Let's see. Let's see what simple I have. There were like some demos. There was also, yeah, there was also this one. Yeah, database is not just like not turning on quickly now. Um, I have a lot of stuff planned for B2B SaaS Kit. It just like didn't have time to work on that. Uh, one of the big ones is maybe like changing off to you know what. I should just like ask them for money. I just like, hey guys, can you pay me, and I will update this thing. Okay. Uh, yeah, TypeScript errors are not great. Um, there is like a global DTS thing. I wonder. I wonder if like one way of solving it is just um, we were like reading about JSX types, right? Um, where here we were reading about JSX types, and maybe the answer for a lot of projects is just to do this, right? It's just like, well, you have JSX here, but what if we do declare global? Uh, yeah, I don't know how they do it, but like, yeah. So the global, so I can import JSX as React JSX from React. Is it React JSX runtime? Oh, I guess yeah. They were saying that it's like it's different one for different, yeah. So what I have in JS config right now, I have React JSX, which is yeah imported from there. Yeah. So now I have this. I can just say that like JSX equals React JSX. I don't know if that's going to work, but I wonder if that's like a way to do it, right? It's just yeah, just say that uh, just just declare the JSX as that JSX. This one is namespace. Uh, so is it declare namespace JSX extends the JSX? Is that something that can work there? Hmm. Do I have to declare everything? Declare everything manually. Uh, yeah, let's see what internets have to say about this. Yeah, so export namespace JSX. So that's how to add stuff to JSX. Is that React? Okay. Remove in V9 for React. Okay, so declare. Yeah, so if you want to declare your own component, you did this. but I want to basically like redeclare it. Uh, yeah, that's interesting. Uh, well, I guess it's not. Maybe it's not a bad idea. So let's say I have interface intrinsic elements, and that extends uh, react.js elements. So now let's try again. I think we had 11 errors. Now, okay, still 11. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure. Yeah, if anyone has any ideas how to like write this in, how to write this syntax, uh, why does it seem to be unhealthy? Okay, I don't understand that comment. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out if that's just a spam comment or not. Okay, so yes, I think I can kind of like try to just like re-import everything, right? I can just do this maybe. I wonder if that's a thing that I can do. Maybe need to import React. Yeah, like import import star is React. Okay, 2 hours. Okay, I think that worked. I'll try again. I still have some like begin to not assignable to React node, which seems like a perfect error. Yeah. I wonder if that's the strat. I wonder if you're doing React 19, that's the thing that you should be doing. It's just like, yep, just re-import it back to global. It's all going to be fine. Uh, okay, okay. Well, maybe I killed it this way. Yeah, let's try again. Um, yeah. Wonder what's cleaner. That Does that make more sense to do it this way? Uh, let's fly. Let's emulate alt JSX namespace until all depths are updated to support React 18. Yeah. Okay. So start again. Thank you. Whatever the three React 3 fiber for some of the inspiration for this. Okay, I think our port 3000 died. Not good, but we'll not be able to fix it now. So this was the fancy command, which is cool that it worked. Now this one is uh, React 19 global JSX back. Okay. I think that's it. Have to run. We will create this. We will say work in progress, update Astro and React 19. I might pull out like Astro update out of it so that I can merge it. But this was fun. Didn't have time to play with a real it's like a real project kind of like scale that I was hoping for. Uh, Mostly because like my database is dead, and maybe like I didn't update the like local settings to work with it yet. I updated the prod ones, but yeah, maybe not local ones. Anyway, um, thanks everyone. Hopefully we'll do more streams, but then again, I say that every time. So yeah, and just like let me know what you wanna see more. I have some ideas about it. Like it sometimes it's like, well, I could do that, but I can also just like not.